Hello. This is your African diaspora teacher. In today's episode, we're going to be shedding some light on the narrative that have been, the one-way narrative that have been uh, going around with all these panelists and analysts and experts over Mali, Burkina Faso, and Guinea on either in Al Jazeera or national news media or other foreign news media. Okay, the analysts have been analyzing the situation and giving their conclusion, but has been largely avoiding the white elephant, the big white elephant in a room. And that big white elephant is no other person than, or no other organization than a criminal organization called France. Okay, France is a criminal organization when it comes to Africa. Okay, they all agree that France failed since it came to the region to fight a terror that they themselves have created. Because Al-Qaeda, what is in for Al-Qaeda in the West African region? You know, in the Maghreb, whatever they call it, or North Africa, or this part of Africa, not North Africa. This area, the Sahel area, is highly 90% Islam. So what is in for Al-Qaeda to expand Islamic teachings? The people already are Muslims. So what are they doing over there? What is in for them? I don't think Al-Qaeda or Boko Haram or any of these people have anything to do in that region unless somebody armed them, and then put them over there, because that has been the pattern. The pattern is you create terrorists, you throw them in an area, and when they are causing mayhem, then you come in to save the day. It has been the blueprint. You see, people are not stupid. Human beings are not stupid. They keep replicating it. If it works somewhere, then they keep replicating it. The same thing with colonialism. When it works here, or exploiting black people, whatever method works in America, then we'd send it to South Africa. Jim Crow became apartheid in South Africa. Afghanistan and Iraq becomes France's West Africa terrorist fighting. You see, America did it, went over there, assembled other nations to join in, or else you are not our friend. And then in the long run, exploded in their face in Afghanistan. France also chose West Africa, created a terror network, and come in as the savior. This is how these people do things. They throw stone and they hide their hands. You throw a stone at a person, you hide your hand. Then you come through the back door and say, hey, I saw somebody run away from here. Are you hurt? Do you need my help? I'm here to help you. You see, this is what has been going on with Africa. You throw stone at them, you create a situation, then you come behind and say, I'm the one who have the expertise. You don't have expertise. You don't have the equipment. They use equipment to blind us. So our leaders believe we do not have the equipment. Okay. And one of these equipment is national military. Soldiers, you see, folks, soldiers have been trained to die for their nation. Anybody who has been enlisted in any of the armed forces, branches of the armed forces, Air Force, Navy, and military, knew that they are there to die for their nation, to fight for their nation, to fight any foreign aggression and die. You see, that is the the understanding of people who go in to be enlisted as military men, that they are there to die for they swear oath to die for their nation. So, and they train them in a way that they could defend their national or territorial integrity from aggression. Okay, Boko Haram and ISIS or whoever is out there thugs, that is not a big aggression that any national soldiers cannot take, because soldiers have been trained that any, in case of any nation coming against your nation, you have to fight them and protect the nation. So they are ready for anything. Soldiers have been trained to be ready for anything. But why is it that France have to come and say, Mali military, you stay and we got this? It's like telling Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee, and Mike Tyson in a room playing, with their wives and children, having a party, and some thugs came over to disturb them, to come and cause mayhem in another party. Bruce Lee is there, Muhammad Ali is there, George Foreman is there, and Tyson is there with their families. And the police come in, and say, you know what, we got this. The police come in and say, oh no, Champ, stay, Champ, oh, Bruce, stay here. Tyson, you stay here. Champ, stay here. And they've been seeing the police doing nothing. Meanwhile, these thugs are causing more mayhem, exploiting the children, touching the children inappropriately, fondling their wives. And the police say, it's all right, I got this. And 3 hours goes on, 4 hours, 24 hours, and the police is not doing anything. And these thugs, still continue causing mayhem. And Bruce Lee is there. Tyson is there. Then finally, these 4 guys push the police away, push them aside, and ready to, rumble with these thugs. And it's not going to be funny. Bruce is there, Bruce Lee is there, Tyson is there, Muhammad Ali is there, Foreman is there. It's not going to be funny with these thugs. You see, that is the scenario right here. Military men knew how to take down these thugs. But the commander-in-chief, who is a civilian, who knew nothing about guns, is the one who is sending them, in the case of Burkina Faso, send them to the war front with no equipment, not even with food. The same thing happening in Mali. You see. So the soldiers feel like but everybody say, when France is gone, even though all the analysts agree that France is not doing anything. France has not done anything in 9 to 10 years. Could not fight these thugs. They all agreed. But the conclusion of all these panelists and experts is, when you allow France to go, it's going to cause you security lapses. Soldiers want to face their enemy. Soldiers want to do what they are trained to do. Everybody said no, they can't do it. They are not equipped to do it, so they cannot fight it. According to one of the ambassadors, whatever he says, Mali have to return to democracy in order to fight the terrorism. He said the partnership that they had with the Wagner people, the Russians, they are abusing human rights. They're causing human rights abuses and predation over mineral resources. Is that easy to be a predator over mineral resources? If it's that easy for the Russians to come and be a predator over the mineral resources of these nations, Then how? So it wasn't easy for France to do the same thing? Oh, the Russians can come in as a new partner and quickly knew how easy it is to exploit resources and abuse human rights. So what have you been doing? If it's that easy to steal resources, to exploit resources, then what have you been doing? When UN van has been caught in the Congo in an accident full of minerals, rare minerals and ivory tusk, nobody put that on the CNN. You see. But the same thing they've been saying about France. Hillary Clinton said it once. Once she was in Africa. France is here to colonize you. France is here to China. Sorry, China is here to colonize you. They say the same thing about China. China is doing this. China is doing that. But hello, you're doing the same thing, and you've been doing the same thing for over 200 years now. 100 years, over 100 years of colonization and over 60 years of neo-colonization. China is here to exploit you. What have you been doing? If it's that easy for China to come and exploit us, how you find it so difficult not to do the same? If it's that easy for the Wagner people, the Russians, to come and find, a way to exploit resources and be a predator on our resources, is that easy? So what have you been doing? You came in for 9 years now. You create a situation. Few terrorists, they will go to a village where there's resources. They bomb the place up, kill the people, kidnap few people. The people will run away from the area, and then you can become a buffer. So the local people can now pass through you to the war zone. So if we cannot go to the war zone, you become a buffer. What is going behind the war zone? Is it true there are mines over there? Is it true that there's mining behind the war zone? Is it true? Could it be true that anywhere these fires are, chances are there are resources over there that the natives can go, so they don't know what is going on over there? The National Army can go because you are the one, the new kid on the block. You are the Superman who is coming to save them from terror. Who created the terror? If the same thing in Afghanistan, it's over opium, and the people, the Afghans knew the value of their opium, and they say, we're not going to allow anybody to come and take it. The Russians went over there over that opium. The Afghans said, no, this opium, we know what the value is. The Afghans are not like Africa, who don't know the value of our resources. The Afghans knew. So America created a terror to wipe up the Russians. The Russians ran with their tail, in between their legs. Then America felt, I have allies now. And they went over there, and the Afghans knew, no, you are not our friends. You helped us kick the Russians, but you are coming to do the same thing the Russians are here for. You are coming for the opium. And we don't want, if you're coming for the opium, then we have to be the one to determine the price. Other than that, then you got to get away from it. But they want it for free because they've been getting everything for free from Africa. So they take the same experience over there, and until they meet people who say, no, this opium is ours. It's our blood. You see, it's not like the gold in Ghana where we give it away for free. I saw a picture of a Ghanaian king giving pure gold, ornament of pure gold that they made by themselves, and handing over to the Prince Charles or Prince George or Prince whatever prince from England. And when you look at the people who are giving away this $1 million pure gold ornaments, they look so poor, so they look like they haven't been eating for days. But there they were, handing over pure gold ornaments made out of 100% gold to these so-called royal families. How could anybody respect you? You see, you're looking like a beggar, but because you have this thing, you don't know what the value is. You're just handing over. So more people will come and take your shit for free. You see, then they say if France have to go, there's gonna be lapses, security lapses. Security lapses. If France leave, if the Europeans, so why are we, raising national army for? Why do we spend money, to train our soldiers, to have this institution called the military in our various nations, if they cannot protect the nation from thugs like what they are calling Boko Haram? So if the army, who has the intelligence, who have the know-how, who can draw out plan, who were trained to draw out plan to take down an enemy, is in charge, now they cannot do it. If they cannot do it, then why are we raising army? Why are we, setting up militaries or spending money on a military? We should dissolve them, so that in case of any problem we have, we should call the French and the Europeans. Then we probably will save a lot of money. We'll probably save a lot of money if we don't have to have an army. Sure, in case we, anything happens, we just have to call foreigners to come and save the day. So as long as you have army, a standing army who have sworn oath to die, for their country in case of any aggression from outside or within, then now we're saying these armies can fight. Dogs, they cannot fight. So when they ask analysts, they say, well, France hasn't done much in 9 years in terms of fighting the terrorists, so-called terrorists, which they themselves, created. But they have to stay. If they leave, there's going to be lapses, security lapses. How much lapses could the people take? Commander-in-Chief is in charge, send the people with no food, no better equipment. Buhari did that 1,000,000 times. Buhari did that 1,000,000 times. You want to tell me in a population of 200 million people, you cannot find you cannot find people within your population to fight thugs who are numbering by maybe 1,000 thugs? You cannot find, men of, a strong caliber within your military. You cannot raise a standing army to stop invading. I think our forefathers did a better job. Women who led wars within Africa did a better job than these commander-in-chiefs. You see, it's just when you think about it, how these people, reason and think we should buy that. The French ambassador was saying that they have to return to the status quo. They have to return to a status quo and use democracy to fight the terror. To fight the terror, they have to, reinstitute democracy and go back to the old ways. The old ways have never worked. The old ways has never worked. So why can't then the military be the one to fight? Because that is their job. I'm not here saying that the coup is good. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying if the military sees that the president is failing, sending them to war zone with no better equipment. Buhari did that many times. You see, and they get killed over not having the right equipment, which they know they have, which they know the country can get. You see, they are the military men. They are trained to fight a war. They know what they need to fight these people. So if you are sending them to go and fight these people without what they know they need, then you are not doing them you are doing them disservice. You see, the person who is qualified to do the job, the person that you've trained, the person that you spend money to train in an institution that you call National Army, it's their job to say, this aggression, we got it. This aggression, we got it. Even if they are stronger, we got it. Go and ask the Vietnamese. They didn't have anything. But because nobody is stopping, is in the way of the Vietnamese, they were able to, send Americans packing. Nobody is in the way. You go and ask the Vietnamese. Nobody is on their way. Nobody was hindering them. Nobody was hindering the Vietnamese. They came as a people, one mind, one soul, to send a colonialist power out. Yeah, today America is still, cooling with, Vietnam. They have much respect for Vietnamese than they will have for Africans. You see, America has more respect. All their factories are there. You go to Walmart, you see all the materials, all the fabrics, and all the sweatshirts are coming from there. All the bus shoes are coming from there now. All the bed sheets are being made from there now. In Vietnam, made in Vietnam. America don't see them as enemy no more, because America respect them, because they are not people that you could bully. That's all. They stood up and expelled America. Today, America is schooling with them because they have respect for them. You see? So, people who are on the way of a national army and on the way to take down thugs, it gotta go. You see, if you stand on the way of a national army who is being humiliated by thugs, the national army has a strategy and a war plan. They are the only one who can draw the war plan, not France, not Denmark, not Switzerland, not anybody, not Germany. The National Army of Burkina, the National Army of Nigeria is the one that can draw a war plan. Hannibal didn't ask the Romans how to draw a war plan for him. He went with elephants through the Alps. Shaka Zulu didn't ask the British to draw a war plan for him. He drew one for himself, which is being studied today. Hannibal's the Punic War, the strategy used in the Punic War is being studied today in every military academy. Two black men, their war strategy